Well, let us return to the war in Iran. And yesterday, our international affairs editor, Dominic Waghorn, spoke to Iran's deputy foreign minister, who said the United States faces another Vietnam if it puts boots on the ground. Well, our correspondent, Stephen Murphy, put that to Donald Trump this afternoon.
The Iranian regime has told Sky News, if you put boots on the ground in Iran, it will be another Vietnam. Are you afraid of that?
No, I'm really not afraid of anything.
A short and concise answer there from Mr. Trump. Stephen also asked the US president for his thoughts on Sir Keir Starmer.
Do you have confidence in Keir Starmer? Would you prefer to deal with...
Well, it's not for me. It's really for the people of the UK to have confidence.
Of course, but is he
I've been very critical of Keir, and I did it in a friendly way.
President, you say he's a very nice man. Is that
I think he's a nice man. I think he's a nice man. But I disagree with him on two things, primarily. His immigration policy is a disaster, and his energy policy is a disaster. And they're about the biggest policies you can have.
No end to the criticism towards the Prime Minister, Adam.
Yeah, although the best moment really was the Irish Taoiseach, the Prime Minister, Micheál Martin, actually speaking up. And when Donald Trump was saying that Keir Starmer was a bad ally, saying that he was a good partner to work with and was a serious man, which, you know, is quite a change now. We've moved from European leaders visiting the White House and sucking up to actually thinking there's maybe something in for them if they show a little bit of defiance. So I think that was a significant moment. You know, well done, Micheál Martin.
Yes, St Patrick's Day obviously is why he's there. You know, there was green everywhere. If you can, green tie, exactly. And but yeah, Micheál Martin was extraordinary today in terms of stepping in and saying, I'd like to, even on the immigration issue, I'd like to see Europe still a very nice place to live, etc. But nonetheless, he's now loading up criticism of Keir Starmer, first on the use of the bases, now on the lack of warships in the Persian Gulf to open up the Strait of Hormuz. You know, other European leaders also in the frame for that. But where does this go, do you think?
Well, look, I mean, all the polling suggests that Keir Starmer's approach to the Iran war aligns closely with public sentiment in the UK. On top of that, another striking moment I thought today was Kemi Badenoch, the Tory leader, coming out and seemingly, if not quite defending Starmer, sort of distancing herself from Trump's criticism, saying, look, this is becoming childish, this sort of name-calling, which we know she's no fan of the Prime Minister, but again shows in the same way that we've seen Reform, as well as the Conservatives, U-turn in their suggestions of support for the US in the Iran war and support for the Iran war altogether. You know, I think actually it perhaps helps Starmer the more that Trump is sort of sounding off against him. You know, it shows that he's standing firm. And for a Prime Minister that's faced this narrative of flip-flopping, being a bit of a weather vane, you know, he's showing himself to be a bit of a stronger leader on the world stage, potentially. He
seems to be being vindicated on the original decision not to back the Americans, although he could have let them use the bases without joining in the fighting. But he is in line with public opinion, but we're not yet seeing that redound to the credit of Labour in the opinion polls at all. And, of course, there is this question of the cost of living. But what I do think is interesting is that, you know, with the comments from the Europeans, we seem to be